Hey, I'm Davis Ham with Loud Light. Here's what happened the first 2 weeks in the Kansas Statehouse. During the election cycle, Republican Adam Thomas was arrested and charged with election fraud. The charges allege that Thomas submitted false documents about his residency in order to run in District 26. Thomas won his race and is now a legislator. Representative Thomas's election perjury trial begins in March. Republican Michael Capps was under investigation by the Department of Children and Families for what's called grooming, or preparing children to be sexually assaulted. The investigation had to be dropped based on a technicality. Given the severity of the allegations, Speaker Reichman said he may not allow him to be seated in the chamber, but then when Capps won, Reichman sat him and put him on committees. Representative Capps' first act was introducing a bill to loosen the restrictions on who has the right to be an interested party in a child in need of care case. By executive order, Governor Brownback had made it legal to harass and fire state employees simply for being LGBT. As her first act, Governor Kelly signed an executive order to reinstate the non-discrimination policy for state workers and extended it to state contractors. The Kansas legislature is considered one of the most secretive governments in the country, and there was a push to change the House rules to be more transparent. A few improvements were made in regards to tracking who sponsors a bill, but the House will continue to not record committee votes and amendment votes. Just days after helping to prevent votes from being recorded, Republican Majority Leader Dan Hawkins asked the governor to be more transparent. Kansas Republicans will be pushing hard this year for what they call returning the Trump tax windfall. It involves making complex changes to the Kansas tax code, but in essence, the proposal would amount to a tax break for wealthier Kansans and multinational corporations. The Senate Tax Committee was working to address the personal and corporate tax changes separately, but Senate President Susan Wagle didn't like that. She created a new Senate committee identical to the tax committee, except Wagle made herself the chair, which may be an unprecedented power play. The Wagle committee is set to push through SB 22, which combines the personal component with the controversial multinational corporation component. No one can give an accurate figure of how much these tax breaks will cost, and their complexity would require expanding the Department of Revenue. But Wagle, who is exploring a U.S. Senate run, wants to pass the tax breaks as soon as possible. Every election, thousands of Kansans' ballots are thrown out because they didn't register or update their registration before an arbitrary deadline set by the state. These people still become registered while casting a provisional ballot, but the state throws away their vote. SB 43 was introduced with bipartisan support to fix this disenfranchisement. It's called Election Day registration, but it doesn't change anything about the process. It just means the state would stop throwing away citizens' legitimate votes. Next week, most committees are filled with briefings and informational hearings. Things are moving slow at the State House, and the legislative process is rather broken, as the far-right leadership is using a strong chair method to shut down normal committee functionality.
They are my rules, and therefore, yes, if I do not want to hold a hearing on due process, then that would be my prerogative. The Masons supports the idea of a strong chair.
We would like to have the opportunity to overrule your decision to prevent democracy.
Understandable, and I'm just going to tell you no.
All of this could mean a slow few months, then a jam-packed ending. Also, there's surprisingly little focus on the fact that the state is in the middle of a constitutional lawsuit over underfunded schools. Thank you for liking, sharing, and contributing. This isn't a green screen. I'm actually freezing out in front of the State House. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and until next time, thank you so much, Kansas.